Namaste and welcome to class. My name is Verdania. I am your guide and teacher in this talk, which I am very grateful that you sit with me in the more receptive way you can. And I say this often because sometimes we sit and we want to hear knowledge and to learn something new, but instead of learning something new, we sit with preconcepts. We hear one idea or the base of a knowledge, and then you insert that idea into what you already have cataloged or have an opinion or a value. And with that, you are just filling up more your mind. You are not really sincerely learning anything new, because that insertion in your mind simply blocked the possibility of receiving a transmission, a certain presence, and the actual reflection of the teachings. So that's what I call the addition. You are adding something to what you already know. But each word, the purpose of each word is to create inwardly silence, inwardly contemplation, inwardly saying, what is it that she's trying to tell me? Because it's like two worlds. When you are perceiving from one world, let's say if you're a fish under the water, you navigate in the water, but your life is in the air. And the fish is trying to communicate to you how the water is like, how is to live in that world. The pressure, the different navigation of sound and etc. Or you are in the air and you're trying to communicate to the fish how it is to live in the air. There are two different dynamics, two different frequencies. They're like oil and water. And when we are not open to say, I am curious to know, at least curious to know, that other world is within me. That I don't need to learn anything new, but I do need a string that connects me to that. I need certain stimulation that connects me to that. And for that, you need to unveil number one, you desire to change yourself. Oh, I am in pain, I need to get out of here, I need to change myself. So I need to learn new things, give me more techniques, give me more ideas, give me more. But that more, that addition of more, it will end up with just saturation of your senses, and it will end up in confusion. It won't be a right way of sitting with a teacher. or with yourself. The other thing you do is you're trying to annulate what you know. So she say that then what I was believing before is wrong. I was wrong. I have to change my beliefs. I need to change my way. I need to change. But in that desire of change, you don't usually change your behavior. You think that you need to change yourself. And the self cannot be changed. Only can be taking a different position, a different perspective, a more mature perspective in front of your ignorance, in front of your misconceptions. So the right way to listen to knowledge is to sit as a friend, where you're not putting the teacher in a pedestal, where he tell you things that you should do or not to do, because you turn the teacher them into a morality kind of thing. Instead, you just sit as a friend that perhaps have more experience or have conquered certain tests, challenges, impediments, and see the perspective from a different point of view. So you avoid that you need to please the teacher, or that you need to prove something, that you're smarter, or that you got it, or that nothing of that. You're just a simple friend listening to an elder kind of thing. The second part is that you're not adding or deleting anything. You're just waiting for that moment where the transmission goes as a delicate stream and touch the same world. It touch what is already existing in you. Then that create a sparkle, and that sparkle comes into a form of, I understand. And that, I don't understand, I understand, is untransmissible. You have no words. Because you cannot describe yourself, you cannot describe your godness. So if you try to verbalize it, even to your own self, you put it in the world of form, in the world of the mind. And that definitely is going to lose its potency, its connection, its prana, its depth. So sitting and listening to knowledge is an art, and requires certain humbleness, sincerity, and certain presence from you to stay still and wait for that stream of prana that goes in the form of a word to touch you. Otherwise, my friends, you will be ending being very smart with a lot of knowledge. But here is the problem. Mystic knowledge is paradoxic. One day it will reaffirm I am, for example, and the next day will say I am not. So in that paradoxic teachings, you end up confused. You end up not really realizing the vastness and the depths and the intrinsic path that the Spirit holds. Every truth is paradoxic. And in that paradox, you cannot describe it. You are a paradox. You are in form, you have a physical body, you have a mind, you have a life, you have experiences, and at the same time, you are not the form. When the form disappears, you disappear. You go back to be the eternal you. You may perceive it or not perceive it, depending on your attachment, judgments, etc. But the right way of receiving knowledge is part of the spiritual development. And the other part that I will add to the right way of listening to knowledge is the right sankalpa, the right intention, which is just simply to receive something that is transformative, that you are deeply acknowledging you are a student and that life is teaching you. So if you are seeking to get enlightened, to be better, to understand the meaning of life, I tell you, yes, you can get a little opinions and a frame of ideas, but the purpose of knowledge is to make yourself come forward. That is the intention. That is the prayer when you sit. May I sit totally, with no rush. If this resonates with me, there's something in here that is inviting me to change my point of view about myself, about the world. And then little by little, you walk, you change your perspective, endlessly, because we are ever knowing, is always will be something new to learn. And that's the fun of existence, that's the fun of Creator. So, right sankalpa, when you are saying, I'm sitting in humbleness, sincerely wanting to learn something. What is here in this moment for me? So this is an advice of how to sit in front of knowledge, in front of the teacher, and in front of your own voice, in front of your own sense of guidance. Don't try to solve your pain. Your pain is precious. It's a challenge for you to understand yourself deeper. You are right. There is nothing that you can change in yourself. You have everything you need, and nothing need to go away, and nothing need to be added. It's just simply expansion. Understanding yourself from different point of view, larger scale. So hopefully this is helpful. As a homework, choose your favorite video of knowledge, something that have resonated in the last month or last week, and listen again with this attitude and see what happens. Thank you again. Namaste. And I see you in the next class. Bye for now.